Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome. You are here with me, Goddess Ekua Ahima, otherwise known as the Kinky Coach, founder of the AfroDomme Academy, and host of the Kinky Skill Share. This July 18th, celebrating the launch of the AfroDomme Kink Studio. And for more information, you can find that at tinyurl.com/kinky-skillshare. Today, excuse my busted nail. Today, I'm coming to you guys specifically here in the AfroDomme Live group chat on Facebook, our private group chat, to do a candle magic DIY live workshop. So again, I have my telephone set up right here so I can record everything I'm doing while I'm working on this candle for a client. And I have my laptop set up over here so I can still see your questions, but there is a little bit of a delay, so I can still see them. It's gonna take a few seconds to pop up. Now, if you're watching this over on mini vids, that means you're not in our group chat. So come join us on Facebook, tinyurl.com/AfroDomme Academy FB, so that you're not missing amazing videos like this, because of course my ladies in the group chat will be seeing this video first before anyone else. So today, ladies, we are making a money spell candle. I did a live a few days ago, giving you a quick and dirty recipe for a money spell candle, but of course I promised that I would come back around in an official setup video like this one to show you just how to make one of your own and kind of customize it to your own use. But of course, like I said, I'm making this one for a client, so I thought I'd take the opportunity to record it and show you guys. So today, oh man, this laptop is dying. All of my devices are dying. Let me get my laptop charger real quick from the other side of the room. All right, so today we are using bay leaf, and if you give me just a sec, I can hold up the ingredients for you after I get this laptop plugged in. Where's the little, get in there. Okay. Oh no, what the hell? Oh yeah, because I have the table improperly weighted. You'd be surprised this little ass laptop is holding my whole damn table together. I have it set up on this thing in the bottom. So I'm using my meditation table. That's why it kind of felt like that. But hopefully everything is still copacetic. So today we are using a white candle, a white pillar candle. Funky little shape, I liked it. It was a geode shape. But yeah, we are using a white pillar candle. We are using bay leaves. All of these are, you know, just herbs you can find in your kitchen, but we're using bay leaves as well. We are using ground ginger. Well, it's cold. I might have to close that window. We are using ground cinnamon. We are using coconut oil. And I have that right here already melted and ready to go. We are using about a tablespoon of coconut oil. We are using matcha green tea powder. Really fine matcha green tea powder. And right now I have, of course, a kitchen knife for carving and cutting the plastic off, a pen for writing, and a dime, quarter, and a penny. A dime, a quarter, and a penny. So depending on what I want to do with this spell and how I want to use it. I'll be using either a dime, quarter, penny, or all three. So when it comes to making spell candles, like I said in our last video, this is a process that should be done with careful planning and consideration. All of these products have been pulled together for my use with very specific reasons and intentions. White candles, of course, for money, for manifestation, for purity, cleansing. I've used bay leaves and plenty of spells before for prosperity and calling in money and calling in abundance. Ginger, this is a root herb, and is used to, again, bring fortune, bring prosperity, but bring it in really quickly because it's spicy in nature. And it makes things move quick in my money spells. It makes things move really, really quickly. Ground cinnamon for money. If you can't find ground cinnamon, stick cinnamon is good depending on what kind of spells you are doing. If you have a votive candle or something like that that has a jar, you could use sticks for that one. And coconut oil, I typically use coconut oil as a carrier oil for my candles. You can also use olive oil. Olive oil is extremely powerful and has a lot of medicinal purposes, especially considering that olive oil was once used for currency in some places. So that is extremely powerful. But with my white candles, sometimes depending on what I'm using, the herbs will tint it anyway, just like this green tea is going to be tinting this candle a little bit green. But with the olive oil, with the coconut oil versus the olive oil, if I don't want my white candle to be stained, coconut oil can prevent that from happening, and unlike olive oil, because it's green. Now, what I also have here, just as a, I don't know, like as in what's in my bag, what's in my Magick bag or whatever, I have this natural mineral water bottle that I have had for a while now, since I've been back from Ghana. But when I went down to Ghana, over to the Cape Coast, we were staying at this amazing, beautiful place called One Africa. And that was, quite frankly, I didn't know it at the time, but I was in the center of the earth. And at the center of the earth is the most powerful and largest spiritual portal ever. And I had a lot of transformation while I was there, and a lot of emotional baggage, and I was going through it at One Africa, honestly. And I think it was, I think it was the day after we had gone to visit the Cape Coast dungeon, where the majority of our African ancestors were all marched through slavery, through all forms and places of Africa, in order to be shipped off to and begin the transatlantic slave trade. So I think it was the day after we left that place, or came from that place, and we were still staying at One Africa, and we had did a meditation on the beach. And really, I was just compelled to, and I think this bottle was someone's trash that was all over the beach. There was a bunch of trash on that shore. I'm calling it the beach, but it really wasn't, because you can't swim in that water. It's too dangerous, it's too rocky, it's too deep, it's too powerful. But I was compelled to bottle some of that water, and I did, and I snuck it back home in my bag, and I've been using it ever since to anoint my spiritual work, whether it's spell work, candles, or manifestation boards. Now, another thing I also have is some harvested rainwater, and it's just in a vial, so I use it however I see fit, but that is harvested rainwater as well. Now, before I get started, let me go get my other example of the money candle, so we can talk about that one just a little bit before we get started. Oh, yeah. Goddess Sasha said something about castor oil. Castor oil is definitely really, really good for spell work, candle work especially. It has a, it's dry now, really potent. So this is the spell candle, and I'm a little ashy, but I'll be fine. This is one of the spell candles I made for someone yesterday, using some similar things that we'll be using for this spell candle. Now, this one specifically has been charged with the intention of six-figure income, and I've made it for fellow sex workers and things like that. But this is just an example of what one of my spell candles looks like, and a little bit of what we'll be doing today. Yeah. So that's cinnamon on here, ginger, coconut oil again, bay leaf with some specific intentions on that. Pennies, just because copper is such a strong conduit for spiritual powers and abilities. And of course, to bring in good fortune, luck, prosperity, financial stability, and all of the good, great things that this candle has been intended for. So I just wanted to bring that over here as an example. And I'm going to sit that there. Now, what I'm going to do with this one, I am going to start by cutting off the plastic on this candle carefully with a knife. Now, your candles don't have to be any kind of fancy candle like this or something like that. I found these at a local shop and thought they were a really interesting shape, and they had more of these in this shape than the other one, so I thought I'd go with it just to give it a try. And I really like how they turned out. All of the dimensions on here are really, really beautiful. But again, you can do this with any kind of white candle. You can do this with a solid round one, a square one. You can even do this with a tea light. Now we gotta move fast because my coconut oil is hardening up a little bit, but I think it may be if I, you know, if I hook it up with my lighter for a few seconds when we're about to get into it with the oil, maybe it should do something. And but yeah, I'll be sure to move quick. So with this candle, again, each thing you are working with has to have its own unique intention. So today I am going to be using this white candle to set the healthy and positive intention to bring its user and owner the financial ability and stability they deserve. This candle should help no. See, this is the thing. It's harder to do it on live because I'm losing my train of thought. But it's harder to do it on live because this is definitely something that's so personal and should be done with full energy on this product and on this candle the entire time. Now, I am going to continue doing it for the tutorial purposes, but just keep in mind that, of course, it is a little difficult. Now, Goddess Sasha, let me see. I see some questions over here. Goddess Sasha wanted to know if I used urine in the spells. No, I don't. I won't be using urine in this spell. I haven't really done anything spell work wise with urine before, but I'm definitely interested to know what that does, if you know. So really quick, I'm going to write down a quick little note for our intention with this candle, just so I don't forget it wording wise, because I want to be really specific about the words that I use and choose to use while working with this candle. Okay. Goddess Sasha says urine is very potent to bring money and prosperity to you, especially morning urine mixed with cinnamon, and you spread it all around your property. Oh, okay, that's really cool. I did not know that. I'll definitely look into that. I didn't know that. Thank you, Goddess Sasha. That's awesome, honestly. I'm gonna make note of that. Something about the, yeah, I'm writing that down at the bottom for me. All right, so what I'm writing down over here, again, is just my intention for this candle, so I don't forget it, since I can't, since I'll be on live with you guys and kind of dividing my energy between you and the candle. I wrote it down so I don't forget it, and so that I make sure I am using only the words that I mean to use and setting intentions that I mean to intend while we are working on this candle. So this candle will bring its user and or owner the financial ability to attract and maintain clientele as a sex worker or adult content creator. This candle will bring its user and or owner the financial ability to attract and maintain clientele as a sex worker or adult content creator. Now, I'm going to set this candle to the side and start working on our oil mixture. Again, I have coconut oil. You can use olive oil. You can use castor oil, whatever oils you have at your disposal and whatever resonates with you for your spell. Now, I have the coconut oil by the tablespoon of that. Again, I'm using matcha green tea to bring the candle some color, but also for prosperity and also to bring the candle user and owner good luck and good fortune. So for me, I really don't like measuring things out. I've never been a fan of measuring things out, even when it comes to like seasoning foods and stuff like that. I've always been the kind of season to taste, or the ancestors tell me when to stop kind of thing. So I really don't have measurements as far as how many herbs I use. I really just use them to taste and, you know, stop when I feel like I need to. So again, we have now coconut oil and matcha. I am going to be adding ground cinnamon to this oil mixture to bring this candle's user and owner quick, fast, and easy money, so that money flows to this user and flows to the candle earner effortlessly and easily. All right. Now, see, now I'm focusing more on what I'm doing with each ingredient and mixing the oils, I'm starting to feel the energy build up inside of me. I would recommend while you're doing this to eat before you do this. Do not do candle work or spiritual work of any kind, in my opinion, on an empty stomach. This is something that takes a lot of energy from you, and you should be at your utmost game with this. So have a full meal. I just had lunch. Have something next to you to drink, because once you get into this and the energy starts going around and you start feeling your energy drumming up from you, up from within your womb chakra all the way up to your crown chakra while you're doing this spiritual work, that can leave you dehydrated. And if you're not full or properly nourished, you could pass out or just drain yourself, like severely drain yourself. Okay, so with this ginger, I am going to set the intention that this ginger will charge this spell, supercharge this spell, so that its owner and user has money coming into them quickly to speed up the process of this candle, to speed up the process of this magic. This ginger will attract money, prosperity, and opportunity to its user and owner quickly. Now, ginger's always a spice that I actually like, you know, eating. So I always use a little bit more than usual with that one, but it's cool. Now, I don't put the bay leaves in the oil mixture. I usually coat them in it later, but I'll show you that and why separately. So now that we have our herbs in here, we're going to mix them together. We're going to mix them. And yeah, I'm mixing it with a knife. It really doesn't matter. And as you can see, hopefully you can see, because again, I can't really see because of the delay, but it's coming up to be like a really spicy green kind of color. And it smells amazing. Oh my gosh. I want some more ginger in there. Get that. I want some more, that vibrancy. That's gonna be amazing. This is gonna be so strong. Yeah. Oh my god, yeah, now it smells amazing. Even better. Okay. Now, I have a napkin over here on the side, just wet with a little bit of water and a little bit of soap, just so I have something to clean off my utensil with. Now I'm gonna use this knife. And I'm sure if you have a blade or something like that, that's a little bit safer. You can do that, but I don't. And I don't.
You could do that,
really
but I
feel
don't
like
have
it matters
that.
to me. So I'm going to use this knife, and
Oops, I don't think that was
I'm
recording.
going to carve in dollar signs and other kind of symbols that resonate with money, that resonate with prosperity, wealth, and abundance into the sides, into the divots and dimensions of this candle to represent the amount, the dollar amount or the figure amount that this candle will bring in. So I'm going to be using, I think, an even number, and I'm going to go with 6. So again, very carefully carve in, it could be dollar signs, euro signs, like whatever symbols mean the most to you. Now, if you are someone, again, that maybe in your sex work career accepts euros because you are international or something like that, you can carve that on that as well to set the intention that you'll receive money in multiple currencies. So this part is, again, and since I'm working with this knife, this very sharp Japanese knife, I'm gonna say now, be really careful with this method, especially if you're using a knife, because this is the part that requires a lot of focus, and it is not as easy as it looks, especially if you're trying to get neat and even consistent size, shapes, and symbols. So be careful and put some pressure into it, but not too much. You don't want to gouge too deeply into the candle to destroy the integrity of the candle, because you still want it to burn and melt correctly. But you definitely want to make sure that your symbols are imprinted into the candle and it's something that you can see. And again, this part takes a lot of focus. Goddess Sasha says, I use symbols too and numbers like 3, 6, and 9. Yeah, you can really use anything that resonates with you and money. If you are maybe seeing specific angel numbers as it comes to things that you're dealing with spiritually around your money, you can carve those into your candles as well. It's really about what resonates with you and what is meaningful for you. I love that. So I am going to, once my client has paid for the candle, I'm going to engrave their name at the bottom of this candle before we start their burning ceremony. That way the candle has been charged with all of the great intentions that we've put into it, but charged with my client's energy and name as well. So if this was a pre-recorded video, I could speed this part up, but since I can't, yeah, I'm gonna try to go fast. Keep in mind, you want to have the intention, the original intention that you set for this candle in mind while you are doing this part, because this is the most important part. This is you literally with your hands and this blade and everything else carving and holding and putting your energy into this candle. So if you are a scatterbrain like me, if you are a scatterbrain like me, keeping your affirmations and intentions over here on the side on paper is definitely something that could be helpful to you, because I like to repeatedly recite the intention while I am carving into the candle. So I know a lot of ladies definitely mentioned that they were putting together their own candles today already when we were talking in the group chat. Over here on Facebook and over on Kick in the play space. But let me know what you're doing. If you do wind up putting one together, I would love to see it. Share some pictures with us. You know, share with the group. Maybe we can do a online burning ceremony where we just kind of burn our candles together and talk or something like that while we set positive intentions. I think that would be awesome. Yes. Candle magic from Goddess Sasha. Candle magic is old as time, but in order for it to work, you need all elements: earth, air, fire, and water. Absolutely. Absolutely. So with the burning ceremony that I'm going to wind up doing for the person that's buying this candle, what I would typically do, since this one is going to be a pre-made one, a pre-ordered one, what I typically do for the burning ceremonies for candles is with my clients work together on doing a consultation for spell work, see what their intentions are, and of course making sure that my service and product is in alignment with them. But we'll sit down together and come up with their intentions, or they'll come up with their intentions for this product, for the spell work, and we'll have that on paper. I'm definitely going to show you guys my technique for having the paper. I can't think of the exact word, but I have it over there in my money bowl where I did my intention sheet, and I have that covered in wax from another money candle and sat in the money bowl. But now with these pre-made candles, the intention is set while I'm making them, of course, and by carving the person's name into the bottom, I can ensure that the energy that I intended while I was making this candle the entire time is going to the person that purchased it, the person that owns it. Now, keep in mind that this process is long. It's definitely something that takes a lot of patience, a lot of love, a lot of caring. It's not something that, quite honestly, I can do in a rushed way. So that's why this video is going to be a little bit long, because it's live and I can't do like a time lapse. I'll probably wind up doing a time lapse for the people who are watching on the replay, so I can have it on mini vids and it's not that long. But yes, I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to be recording this video. If you can't stay, I know this was impromptu, and of course I still have my laptop over here for anybody that's popping in and out to say hello or they have any questions. But yeah, I am working on this candle right now, and this is definitely going to be the longest part of this portion, carving the symbols and things into this candle before we dress it with the oil. While you're making your carvings, you want to get deep in there to make sure that it's visible, to make sure that once you start dressing the candles with the oil, some of the oil will deposit into the carving, but you don't want to gouge it too bad, so that of course the candle can still burn properly and melt properly around the edges while you're using it. This is honestly so relaxing to me. It really is. It really, really is. And now that the wind is blowing, the smell of this candle is wafting in my face. And yeah, this one's gonna have a twinsy. So as far as dressing the candle, for those who are here now, I should be able to, right here. So I see how I've made the carving in this one, but it's not that deep. So whereas though the candle is destroyed on the side, it's just deep enough so that the herbs and the spices are kind of indented or impressed into, or what's the word, embedded into each carving, each sigil symbol. Each symbol into this candle, reciting my intention that this candle will bring its user and or owner the financial ability to attract and maintain clientele as a sex worker. And I have this very specific intention so that just like we spoke about in our last live, Goddess Arcana was mentioning how she was setting in some intentions to grow financially and was seeing that, but it wasn't coming directly through her sex work business like she wanted it to be. So we talked about setting very, very specific intentions with spell work, especially for candles, and regular manifestations and mantras and meditations to manifest through sex work and through her entrepreneurial endeavors as a sex worker. So this candle will bring its user and owner the financial ability to attract and maintain clientele as a sex worker or adult content creator. Everybody's magic is different. You don't have to do your candle or make your candle exactly like this. Make it however, you know, suits you and whatever resonates with you and your magic. Nobody's magic is the same. Nobody is you. Nobody has your energy, you know. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 carvings into the side of this candle, representing 4 figures of financial income. I did say I wanted to do 6, so I'm going to do quite honestly just the rest of each panel. So that's probably going to be, what is that, 8 if I can count. If I could count. Let's do, I did dollar signs right here. Let's balance it in the middle with the change sign, the cent sign. So we have dollars and cents. Dollars and cents. If you're just joining us, we are talking about money candles, and right now I'm just carving some change sign, cent sign symbols into our money candle before we dress it with our prepared money oil over here. Now this money oil over here that I have prepared is a little coagulated because I have the window open and it got cold, but this is a mixture of matcha green tea for prosperity, cinnamon for wealth, attracting wealth, ginger for attracting and maintaining wealth and calling it in quickly. Ooh. And next we're going to be using some bay leaves to set some intentions with this candle as well. Again, keeping in mind that with every carving and every scrape, every little scrape, we are setting the intention that this candle will bring its user and or owner the financial ability to attract and maintain clientele as a sex worker or adult content creator. Make that deep enough. What the hell is that? All that banging. This is what happens when you're on quarantine with a whole bunch of people that's usually not in the house with your ass when you would be doing this shit. All right. That's every way, all the way around. Yes. So we have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 dollar signs. 1, 2, 3, 4 cent signs all the way around. This is good to go to me. I am ready to dress this. Now, what I usually do before I dress the candle is prepare the top of the candle for the coin that I'm putting in there, depending on if I put the quarter. Let me pick it up with my broke nail so I can actually grab it. You know, these long nails can't pick up damn coins and shit. So depending on if I put the penny, quarter, or dime into this candle, I'm gonna create a little gouge on somewhere on the top surface. Excuse me, somewhere on the top surface of this candle so that the coin fits into the candle and it looks like it's sticking out a little bit without me having to melt the candle or light the candle, so that it's only for the user it's intended for. Now, I want to use the dime today. So we're talking about money and prosperity and abundance. The last one I used a penny for. The last one I used a penny for because copper is a really good and powerful conduit for energy. But today I'm going to use the dime since this one is made specifically around attracting and maintaining clientele. And the number 10 resonates with me for prosperity and abundance. So the dime for the number 10. My hands are getting a little cold. But what I'm going to do is take my knife and make a small, the same way I was doing the carvings, just a small slit into the side or the top of this candle so that once I shove that dime in there, it'll sit in the wax and it won't budge until the candle is lit and the user can pull it out. Now what I also do, just to help me out a little bit, is I take my lighter and kind of heat up this coin a little bit so that it's hot. And when I stick it in the wax, it'll melt that little divot I'm creating just enough for me to come back and get that knife in there really easy. Okay, so that's just about how wide I need it to be. And I'm gonna come back in there in this divot to get this coin in here. Again, be super careful with this knife. Whatever knife you are using, if you're using a craft knife or a kitchen knife like I am, be careful. I don't like to use gloves with this. I know because of Corona, a lot of people are wearing gloves with stuff, but I don't like to use gloves with my spell work because one, it's not like you're going to be eating this candle. And two, you really want your hands on this. Like, it is messy. It is something that gets everywhere, but clean it up. You know, this is definitely something that you need your energy on in every shape of the way. So physical contact with this candle, like literally holding this candle in your bare hand, is charging it the entire time. I like to make these as best as I can during the day. so that I can charge them in the sun around golden hour, which is around this time right now. Charge them in the sunlight as the sun's going down. All right, cool. So this divot I made for the coin should kind of sit in there just a little bit. I hope you can kind of see just how deep it is, because you want it to sit in the coin. You want the coin to sit in the candle, right? I like to have them in there facing upwards with the head exposed, the eyes exposed, facing upward, something like that. I hope that's clear, something like that. And to test to make sure that it is deep enough, I'm gonna heat this coin back up with my lighter. And it's something that it gets hot really, really quickly. So be careful not to burn yourself with that. Like, it gets hot really quickly. And just firmly push it in there. See, now the coin is in, and I want to push it in again, keeping the head up just above eye level. So the eyes should just be showing, the nose and the eyes. I don't know if you can see that clearly, but just the nose and the eyes. Now that candle, that coin is in there. Now to close up the, I guess, opening between the candle and coin, I'm gonna take my lighter and just heat up gently heat up the tip of my knife. Of course, make sure it's not black or anything, clean it off. Heat up the tip of my knife. And come right on the edges of the candle in this coin and just melt them down.